it's a little hard to keep track of what's real and what's rebuilt. This is supposedly the old town. People still live in these buildings. This is not just restored for historical purposes. These are homes. It's a little challenging to see given the walls put up around the houses, but again, they need protection from us crazy neighbors. Our guide was talking about how some tour groups will come around at 7 and 8 in the morning, which is just too early for some people to deal with. Since we're here just a little after 1 o'clock, hopefully don't pose so much of a problem. Of course, even as we admire the traditional Korean architecture, there are places that are perfectly modern along the road too. And these antique buildings aren't just used as residences, but businesses as well. It's actually a bit challenging to keep this stuff in the viewfinder.
Really?
There's quite a lot on either side to keep track of as we walk by. Both on this side and this. And the selfie stick doesn't help either, I'm sure. Trying to be a considerate neighbor, but also wanted to take as many pictures as possible. We're also climbing at a fairly steep incline as well. Good thing I've been working out. Then again, for some people, this is absolutely normal. And there's so much more ahead of me. And it's not just the architecture. These people have little gardens as well. Or at least a tree or two and the occasional flowering plant.
Oops. Careful.
As I was saying about trying to be good neighbors. And now you can see Seoul behind us.
Yes, it's an incredible view. It is the area where the palace officials would live that we're not that far away from Gyeongbok Palace and the others. The problem is that it has some modern problems of having to deal with all the tourists wandering through. Now, to be fair, I suppose there are people for whom these houses have run in the family, though I don't know how many palace officials still live around here. This is the expensive, exclusive district, and it would seem to me that those who are paying millions to live here realize what they're getting into, like a celebrity being upset about being recognized in the streets. Well, that's kind of part of the package. But I'm not one living like that, so perhaps I'm being a little harsh in saying so.
Bear in mind that most of these were destroyed during the war and rebuilt. So,
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
yeah, that's what our guide was saying. So with that being said, I'm not sure how much of centuries-long family inheritance applies here. Still, there is something to be said for being as good a neighbor as possible all the same. It's just that some of the logic eludes me.